Hey guys, Christina here, and today I have a look for you and a review of The Good and the Beautiful's Level K. This is their third edition of their Level K language arts. I'm going to flip the camera around and give you a look through everything, then I'll come back here and share our thoughts on it. So here's a look at the main course book. This is one that I got directly from the company, so I didn't print it myself. It includes phonics, reading, spelling, literature, grammar, and punctuation, and art appreciation. Like I said, this is the third edition. If you're unfamiliar with The Good and the Beautiful, they are a non-denominational Christian curriculum. So let's have a look inside. It talks a little bit about how this edition is different from other editions. I can link up top the review I did of the second edition of the Level K if you're interested in seeing it, because I have used that one before. This is the first time I had completed this edition with one of my children. There's the at a glance section, and here's the table of contents. So this is one way it differs a lot from the previous version I'd used, in that the lessons are divided into like sections and there's overview pages ahead of them. There's also 120 lessons, whereas the other one, you weren't meant to do a lesson a day. This is set up to do more of a lesson a day. So some things about the course, different parts of it, how it's set up, how to use it, all those things. So it comes with a few things. Right here is talking about the mini books. That's these. I went ahead and just used the one I had from the previous edition. So I think the updated one, they've made a few changes, but the stories are still the same. And so I just laminated the front and the back and then put the rest spiral bound, and been through 2 kids, still going strong. So that's what we did for that. It also has this reader, and they actually read through some of it more than once, or all of it more than once. There's a lot of colors, simple stories. My son is still completing going through this, even though he's finished the course book. So the stories are there. Then here it talks about the phonics cards. Those are these. Again, these ones have been through 2, maybe even 3 children this set. So this one went a little further. I think the last one stopped at 52 or 53, but this edition goes to here. And they go through them a couple at a time and work on memorizing them. Grade 1 and 2, they have extras that they add in depending on the edition that you use. My son colored a little bit here and there. He wasn't totally into coloring all the time. These are the sight words. And then here is Unit 1 overview. And so it gives you an idea of what they're going to be doing, supplies you need, the mini books, the principles taught, and here's what it looks like at the very beginning. So I'll give you a look at a few lessons in the beginning. You can see they're quite short when they start. And we'll skip as the motorcycle goes past my house. So lesson 80, you can see what those look like. There are a few art projects in here as well. I'll try and find some pictures at the end to insert for you. Here's an overview, Unit 5. Here's one of the cut and paste pages they did. And then at the end here, there's like lesson 118, 119, and then 120. These are the charts and the assessments. So reading assessment A, reading assessment B. You can see in the beginning, my son couldn't even do like the first one. He couldn't read enough. So don't worry if your child's the same way. It's okay. They will progress. These ones, I think we missed at the beginning one of these, and so we ended up with one short. Similar to my daughter, kind of struggled with these charts. We never got all the way through, so I'm not sure if they're meant to, but both children struggled with that. We didn't do any of the poems other than the ones that were actually in here. There's one about manners, and the other one is, I can't think, but about toes and stuff like that. Then additional spelling practice. So in the previous edition, you use this with your child. I would just put them on these flashcards here. I have them all set up. This time I didn't do it. And the reason I didn't do it was because it's not only included in some of the lessons, but I felt like my son just was not ready for it. I did quiz him on a little bit of this about a week ago, and he could spell a number of them. So interesting, and there's some coloring there. So that's all of the components for this edition of the Level K. I'll turn the camera back around and give you my thoughts on it. So we really like the Good and the Beautiful's language arts. That's why our kids, we have 5 of them, have used pre-K all the way through high school 1, you know, multiple kids, different levels, different versions of them. So we really like it, and that's why we continue to use it. I like the changes they made to this edition, the fact that it's got the units now, that it's got 120 lessons, which makes it so much easier for planning, and I think to help with not feeling overwhelmed. Keep in mind though, you can always break those lessons up. Sometimes I did. Sometimes I'd have my son do half a lesson. Sometimes he'd do a lesson and a half because he wanted to that day. So especially at this age, go with their lead, do what they want to do. The book, this one, I feel like is a lot easier. I feel like the mini books, I think I said this in the last edition, these are more challenging. This is like where they introduce more words, and this is where they practice them. So something to keep in mind if they're struggling with those mini books. I think that's how it's meant to be. But I really do like how they incorporate all the different subjects into one, how it's just easy. It's pretty much open and go. There really isn't a lot that you need after some initial prep work for like the mini books, but really it's simple. I wanted to share a few resources that I used along with it. I picked up this book from Amazon. It's 120 plus pages of kindergarten writing paper, and I found this really handy. I like the fact that there are lines, that they have the space in between the lines, so it's very clear. So I would have my son write in here, and then when he needed to do the narration, or they call it like the book of stories, I just wrote in this book for him. Sometimes I would write and he would trace because he's still working on his fine motor skills, and writing is still a challenge for him. But yeah, so this was I don't remember how much, but I don't think it was very much on Amazon. It was good, it was helpful. I also used these letters from Melissa and Doug. They're wood letters and they're colored. And so like all the vowels, all the E's are the same, all the I's are the same. And we use these for spelling out words on the table instead of always writing them out, just for a change up again, just for keeping interest's sake. I did purchase the books, like this is box B. I don't think they sell these anymore. I have a feeling that because they cleared them out, I think. And then we got box C and D. This is all our supplemental reading. These stories are incredible. Love these stories. They're so interesting. You know, we had the Bob books and they're just kind of blah sometimes. But these ones are so colorful and engaging, and they're good stories and interesting stories. I like to read them too. So yeah, I'm trying to think anything else. Not really, you know, we had to take a break for a little while. We had to take kind of at a slower pace, which is okay. It's kindergarten. And so if your child has some trouble, or you think, oh, we can't do a lesson every day, it's okay. It's okay. I don't know when I'm filming this if their new level K, because they've redone it again, is out, or if it's coming out soon, but I think they've changed quite a bit. So it'd be interesting to see exactly what they changed. But yeah, I think that's it. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section down below. Otherwise, I hope this finds you having a great day. Take care.